MLB The Show. It's the Los Angeles Dodgers and the Toronto Blue Jays. And we'll be back with the first pitch right after this. So just about set now. And pitching here today, Kevin Gausman. What do we have on him?
Four-pitch guy. He's got some options to work with in terms of keeping hitters off balance. So we'll see how he decides to utilize those weapons through this start here, and whether or not he's able to mix them all in early, or if he wants to hold something back a little bit later, maybe second, third time through the order, and give them something they haven't seen. It's tough when you know a guy's got that in his back pocket. As a hitter, you really have to stay on your toes.
Cut on and lifted in the air, Lucas. And there's one down. Tommy Edman at the plate.
Second, the second baseman, Tommy Edman.
That clips the corner.
Man, that pitch was dotted. So much talent on display when this guy's out there on the hill.
Swing and a line drive, base hit out into center field. So they get a man aboard with a one-out single.
Everything was on time and fluid in that swing. Got a pitch he could get the barrel on and lined it into center for the knock. Those always feel good.
Here is Freddie Freeman. And that's in for a strike. It's 0-1. Gausman, multi-time All-Star. He features a four-seam fastball, a splitter, a slider, and he works in a sinker. There's the strike, 95 of that one. Swing and a miss, struck him out. 2 away now. Here's Muncy to hit. And it's fouled away. Edman off of first with 2 away. And there's a foul ball. Now he breaks his bat. And that's a foul ball.
I wouldn't throw him another breaking ball. Try to go again with the fastball, slightly elevated. He just is having a hard time catching up.
Dives, but it kicks off his glove. And they tag him out. Back here at Chavez Ravine, today's starting pitcher, Shohei Ohtani.
Anytime you have 5 pitches to work with on the mound, that repertoire can be a real weapon in terms of keeping hitters off balance, man. It's one of those things that I'm going to be looking for in this one. Does he have a feel for all of those pitches, or is he just able to get 1 or 2 over in the strike zone where he wants? Now, it's tough to do to be able to command all those pitches, but if he can, he is going to be very tough for the opponent today.
Swing and a ball hit out towards left center field. Pajes settles under it and makes the catch. And there's 1 away. Now the number 2 hitter, Nathan Lucas. Headed down the line. Hernandez hustling after it. Couldn't get to it before it dropped foul. The 0-1. And strike 2.
Well, pretty clear to me. He was trying to go deep right there, but you got to get a pitch that you can handle.
Swing and a miss, 98 miles per hour on the gun. 2 down, bases empty. Vladimir Guerrero Jr. now. Got it started a little too early. Strike 1. Vladdy needs just 1 hit to reach 200 for the season.
Pretty impressive the year he's put together. 200 hits doesn't happen by accident. And there are some years nobody reaches 200 at all. Props to him for getting this far.
And that one hammered. That's back there. Makes the catch up against the wall. Top of the second. Here's Teoscar Hernandez.
The right fielder, Teoscar Hernandez.
Hernandez getting the start in right, hitting 5th in today's lineup, and he's a former home run derby champ. Gausman back to work. Out towards right center. That's well struck, and it's into the gap. Makes the turn and heads for second. And he's into scoring position with a leadoff double. Maybe a chance for our first run here.
Batting 6th, the catcher, Will
Smith to the plate.
I feel with the way that Will Smith is able to handle the bat, control the bat head, he's very capable of finding green space and driving in that run.
Deep drive down the line. Foul ball.
Well, that's where you want to be right there. All over that first pitch fastball. Just a little too much hook on it. Straighten that thing out. You get to jog around the bases.
Looked like it was a little bit up. Hit in the air left field. Lays out and makes the play.
He takes a huge gamble right there. If that ball gets by him, the run scores easily from second, and the hitter maybe ends up on third. But a great job, excellent focus on the dive, and he robbed extra bases on that one.
Andy Pajes at the plate and takes high there.
1-0.
And a foul ball. No score here in the second.
Pretty good pitch to take a pass at in a 1-0 count. Just not able to square it up.
That clips the zone, and it's 1-2. And that's a base hit. Stop sign goes up at third. Runners at the corners with one out.
Back against the wall with 2 strikes, but found a way. Anytime you rip a line drive the other way, you feel really good about what you did at the plate. You trusted your hands, you let the ball travel, and you took the barrel straight to it. That's great work right there.
And a swing and a miss. There's that slider.
Big pitch right here. He's going to try to make a pitch that's going to produce a strikeout or a ground ball double play.
Missing inside, and a count 1-2.
The last thing he wants is to hit the ball on the ground, but I wouldn't expect many pitches up in the zone. They'll be pitching for a double play in this spot.
Runners at the corners, one away. Here at the top of the second. Good job to fight that one off. Spoils the 2-strike pitch, and he'll see another. 2 on, 1 out. This one in the air center field. Varsho moving under it, and there's 2 away.
Batting up.
Shohei Ohtani up to the dish.
This at bat might not seem like a huge deal right now, but baseball is a game of moments, and what happens here could change everything.
And fouled off.
Well, he knows. They want to give him anything to hit, but when you've got opportunities to drive in runs, you've got to expand the zone. He's capable of going out there and doing damage with it.
2 aboard, 2 outs.
Just missed. If he's able to connect on that, look out.
That misses the zone, and the count 1-2. The pitch. Keeps the at-bat going with a foul ball. One and 2 here. And that's with the swing. It's a strikeout. Bottom half of inning number 2. Here's the catcher, Alejandro Kirk. Swing and a high fly ball down the right field line. And that drops foul. Swing and a ground ball. Finds its way through, base hit. So a man on base to start the inning.
Everything came together for him. Once you get the ball by the pitcher, there's a lot of base hits up the middle, even on ground balls. So a nice job to use that big hole and get himself a hit.
And now it's Dalton Varsho. Swing and a foul back, and that's out of play. Runner at first with no outs here. And there's a hit. Throw back in quickly. First and second now with nobody out.
Couldn't have timed it up any better than that. That's about as textbook as it gets. Got his stride and load out of the way early. He stayed inside that ball and squared it up out front. Man, that was like he was in the cage hitting off a tee.
Fought off foul. And there's one down. Now it's the right fielder, Addison Barker.
I know we're still early in the stages of this game, but this at-bat has the potential of being a difference maker. You've got to stay calm in the box.
And that chance handled. Throws to first in time. Awesome play there.
This lineup's going to have to find a way to make him work a little harder out there on the mound. I mean, he is just mowing him down. He's settling in. You got to make him uncomfortable. Maybe step out of the box, call timeout, do whatever it takes.
Isaiah Kiner-Falefa swings through it for strike 1. And a swing and a miss there.
Wow, good luck catching up to that one.
Puts a bunt down. Barehand grab, and they take the lead with the infield single. So 2 outs with runners on the corners. Andres Jimenez next up for the Blue Jays. And a swing and a miss. Varsho, the runner at third. Kiner-Falefa on at first with 2 down. The shortstop takes the ball. Puts a bunt down. Edman to first, and he beats it. Everyone's safe. So the batting order turns over, and the batter is George Springer. Fly to center his first time. He's 0 for 1. Swing and a miss. 0-1. 2 on, 2 outs. Late on that fastball.
It's going to be a long day if they call that pitch for a strike every time.
Swings through it, and that's a strikeout. Back here
Leading
in
off for Los
L.A.
Angeles,
on to the third
the
inning.
shortstop,
Now it's the Dodger leadoff hitter, Mookie Betts. Pitch misses. Ball one. Swing and a high fly ball in the air left field. Lucas pulls it down and he makes the catch. One away.
Now batting.
Here's a switch hitter, Tommy Edman.
Good pitch. He just kind of had him out in front on that pitch away and wasn't able to stay closed.
1 for 1 with a single so far. Swing and a miss.
Well, the offense has gotten going, and a pitcher wants to go out there, have a real quick inning, get those guys back into the dugout so those bats can stay hot.
He swings and fouls one off. Foul ball, still 0-2. 1 out, bases empty. Swing and a miss. That one in the dirt. Out. 2 away now after the drop third strike.
Just not a good pitch to swing at.
The
One
first
reason
baseman,
he's an
number
everyday
5,
player is he
Freddie
usually lays off of that
Freeman.
junk.
Freeman takes a ball as he stands in for the second time. Ripped towards third. Fires over to Guerrero. And Freeman is retired. And that is that. And we're back. Set for the bottom of the third. Here's the left fielder, Nathan Lucas.
Lucas.
Swing and a miss. 0-1.
That was straight queso right there.
Next offering is fouled back. Next one misses. Now 1-2.
I don't think he was trying to miss by that much in an 0-2 count. Just tried to overthrow that pitch.
That's a strikeout. Ohtani sends him packing. Here's Vladimir Guerrero Jr.
The first
0
baseman.
for 1 with a fly out to center.
Jr.
Vladimir Guerrero Jr. That swing so reminiscent of his dad. Lots of pop. 1 down, base is empty. Swing and a ball popped in the air. Freeman makes the catch, and there's 2 down.
Now
Alejandro
batting,
Kirk
the catcher,
will hit next.
Alejandro.
1 for 1 with a single and a run scored so far. And first offering is fouled off. 2 outs, base is empty. Popped foul out of play off to the right. Swing and a miss. Struck him out. And a nice inning of work there as he sets him down 1-2-3. On to the fourth.
Leading off for
And
Los
now
Angeles, the
Max
third baseman,
Muncy.
Number 13, Max Muncy.
And that is out of play.
You know, these Dodgers just lacking discipline at the plate in this ball game. They're chasing a lot of pitches outside the zone, and those chases that are turning into a bunch of outs. Can they turn that around and stay within the zone? We'll see, but I think they have to.
And that one upstairs, ball 1. Outside low. And that's ball 2. Yeah, that's fouled off. Foul ball, another 2-2 upcoming. Swung on, belted. That one back. Out of here. And they've got their first run. It's 2-1.
That one was a hanger, and pitchers typically don't get away with making a mistake like that. And right there, he made him pay.
And now Teoscar Hernandez doubled his first time up. Tapped at the plate, but it's a foul ball. Nobody on, nobody out with a run in. Top half of inning number 4. This one smoked on its way out of here. He jacks that one out to left. It's 2-2.
Back-to-back homers, always a special feeling at the ballpark, especially if it's your team that does it and those guys get to slap hands at home plate. This is the kind of thing that can really fire up a ball club.
Smith stands in now and watches strike one. And that's off the inside edge. 1-1. Smoked on the ground a second. And they get the out on Smith. So up next, Andy Pajes. And he's already singled in this game. Late swing fouled off. Yo, 1. Fly ball center field. And there's 2 away. Here's Kike Hernandez. He's 0 for 1.
Hernandez.
That's off the inside corner. 1-0. The bit behind with that swing. It's strike 1.
1-1.
Right through there, got him. Make it 4 strikeouts for him on the bump today. Bottom 4, and now for the Jays, Dalton Varsho.
The center fielder, Dalton Varsho.
A swing and a miss, and that's strike one.
These hitters have come out ready to swing the bats early in the count and swing it often. If you want to score some runs, have an offensive explosion, that can be a route to doing it.
Hernandez on the move. Drops into the glove. One down. Now the third baseman, Ernie Clement.
Third baseman, Ernie Clement.
Foul ball there. Next offering upstairs.
That was absolute gas. Triple digits on the gun. It's just a different experience as a hitter watching that go by.
That missed by a lot. And that's ball two. And that's downstairs and outside.
He hasn't fallen behind in the count like this all day. He's in danger of walking his first batter right here.
The other way, and that's a fair ball.
Now batting, right fielder, Addison.
So up next for Toronto, Addison Barger. 0 for 1 so far. Just missed. Man at first, one away. This one chopped on the ground, but foul. Pulls that one foul. And that misses. And the count is even, 2-2. Here's the pitch. Runner goes. Trying to move him over here. Squeezes it. Takes it to the bag himself and doubles him off. We go to the top of the fifth. Here's Shohei Ohtani. Pretty amazing athlete this guy is. Power and speed. Quite a threat. I mean, you're talking about someone that could steal you a bag and go deep. Bo Jackson, anyone? Strike on the inside corner.
He's like Mike Trout. You figure whatever you put in his hand, whether it's a bat, whether it's a golf club, whether it's a basketball, he can do it and get it done. And a rare talent, so much fun to watch.
The 1-1 is fouled off. Swings and misses. He picks up his 5th strikeout on the hill. Mookie Betts will make his way to the plate. 0 for 2 in this one. That smash towards center. He's got it. 2 down.
Man, that's one of those at-bats where you have to remind yourself it's about the process. He did everything right there. Nothing to show for it. But in your mind, you have to convince yourself that it was a very good at-bat.
Edman in the box again. Takes a strike.
0-1.
2 down, nobody on. And we're at the top of the 5th. Swings through that one.
Man, that's just a nasty splitter. Bottom falls out of it. You don't see a lot of guys throw that these days, but I tell you what, he's got a good one.
On the ground, Connor Falefa on the run, sends it over to first, and they get the out. And welcome back to the ballpark. We head to the bottom of the 5th. Here's Isaiah Kiner Falefa. Kiner Falefa, a former Gold Glove winner, 29 years old, and he was drafted in the 4th round back in 2013. Fires to first on the run. It's there, and that's a great play. Here's Andres Jimenez.
Well, he's doing a nice job of keeping the ball out of the air. Lets the defense work behind him with another ground ball. Good execution.
Swinging a foul back. That's out of play. One down, base is empty. Out there to center. And it drops in.
To me, it's just a really controlled,
The designated
balanced
hitter,
swing. He
number
wasn't
4,
trying to do too much
Joel.
with it. Just stayed disciplined, got the barrel to the ball, and put it in play. And now
Runner takes off. Muncy. Safe at first as they can't make the play. Nathan
Now
Lucas
batting,
next up for the Blue
fielder,
Jays.
well, all eyes on the double play ball in this spot. No better way to get out of this inning.
Edmund to Betts at second for one. On to Freeman. Double play. Inning over. Top six.
Leading off for
And
Los
at the plate
Angeles,
for the
the first
Dodgers,
baseman,
Freddie Freeman. Gosman back to work. Just off the inside edge.
You know, these Dodgers, as this game goes on, have to be more disciplined at the plate. They've been chasing pitches outside the zone all game, and it's led to some frustrating moments. They've been fooled quite a bit today.
There's a swing and a drive. That's back there. And that is gone. He shoots one out to right. And just like that, they're out front. It's 3-2. And now it's Max Muncy. He's already homered in this game. First pitch swinging.
0-1's the count.
And a foul ball.
He's got one already tonight. I wouldn't be surprised if he pops another one here.
Just
Nope, that's a ball.
missed. Hit on the ground up the middle. That's a base hit.
Everything came together
Now
perfectly
batting,
for him right
right
there.
fielder,
Just kept it simple. Played Pepper with the
Hernandez.
middle of the infield and took it back where it came from, and there's just no one there to knock it down.
Next to hit,
0-1, no
Teoscar
strike.
Hernandez. Hit softly on the ground to third. Over to Connor Falefa. Over to first, safe. And up to the plate is Will Smith.
Will Smith.
And the first pitch misses for ball one. One-run game, one out, one on. Slider right there.
One ball, one strike.
Louis Varland gets handed the rock out of the pen.
Just trying to keep this one close here,
Number
and this is where a
77.
bullpen can give their players a chance to fight back into the game.
Varland.
Hit hard, base hit. Lead runner holds at second base. First and second with one down.
I'm sure he feels
The
really
batter,
good about
the
that
center
one.
fielder,
Other than ripping
Andy
one into the gap or blasting one over the wall, there aren't a whole lot of hits that are more satisfying than a nice line drive into center field. So that definitely felt good.
And Kike Hernandez at the plate.
Now batting, left fielder, Kike Hernandez.
And fouled off. Late that time, and it's strike two.
It might be time to choke up a little bit, get that front foot down early, maybe even just spread out. He's really late right now.
Swing and a miss, and he got him. That ends the inning, and they limit the damage. Back here at Chavez
Leading up
Ravine,
for
bottom of the
Toronto,
sixth.
the first
And now for
baseman,
the Jays, Vladimir Guerrero Jr. Gets down, base hit. And a good start to the inning. And now the tying run is into scoring position.
Well, clearly he was ready to hit right there. Didn't try to do too much with it, just to really controlled, simple swing. We don't see a whole lot of that these days with hitters trying to launch and hit home runs, but sometimes you got to shorten up just like that.
Up the middle. Throw on to Freeman. One away, bottom of the sixth. Next to hit, Dalton Varsho. 1 for 2. This is what stat nerds like myself might call a high leverage situation.
Yeah, Boog, not sure what the numbers say, but clearly an at-bat that could change the course of this game dramatically.
And the runner's coming home. A squeeze, and he gets it down. Edman whips it to first on the run. And he's in there. And a run comes in to score. One down, runner at first. Ernie Clement now at the plate. Runner on the go. Bounding ball here, rolls foul. With the go-ahead run at first, here in the bottom of the sixth. Runner on the go again. Swing and a miss.
No ball, 2 strikes.
Runner goes again. Popped up. Edman brings it in. Goes to second. Safe there. So the go-ahead run in scoring
Now
position.
right
And
fielder,
here is Addison Barger. Runner breaks for third. Cut on and miss. And that's a stolen base. Not even close. And the go-ahead run is now only 90 feet away. 2 outs. And strike 2. A bunt, and it's popped up. And that is the 3rd out of the inning. We go to the top of the 7th. Now it's the DH, Shohei Ohtani. There's the strike.
0-1's the count.
And that one is inside. And that misses. 2-1. And there's a foul ball. Got him looking. 1 out. Now it's Mookie Betts. 0 for 3 in this one. Tap foul at the plate. All tied up here in the top half of inning number 7. That one fouled off. Next offering is outside. Inside. 2-2. Stays alive. Spoils that one, and it remains 2-2. Breaking ball misses down and away. Foul. We'll see another payoff pitch. That's towards center. Varsho settles underneath it. Hauls it in, 2 away. And here comes Tommy Edman. 1 for 3.
Tommy Edman.
Hard on the ground to first. He takes it himself to the bag, and that'll do it. Back here in LA, bottom of the 7th. And now for the Jays, Isaiah Kiner-Falefa. Swing and a ball hit out towards left center field. And it falls. So the go-ahead run is on base with a knock.
Well, no waiting around right there. He was ready to swing it on the first pitch. Didn't try to do too much with it, just a really controlled, simple swing. We don't see a whole lot of that these days with guys trying to launch and hit home runs. But
Kiner-Falefa on the go. Fastball right back to the mound. In plenty of time to first, and 1 away in the bottom of the 7th.
The designated hitter,
so the go-ahead run in scoring position. Next is the designated hitter, George Springer. Outfield playing very deep. Runner takes off for third. Swing and a miss.
0-1.
Throw to third. Save. That wasn't close.
Now a good opportunity to potentially jump ahead in this game here in the later innings.
Shortened the bunt and missed it. And it's 0-2.
Here's a sac fly situation, and he's got to make sure he gets the ball out over the plate and get those arms extended. They're trying to crowd him with the infield in. This will be a big pickup if he can push a run across.
Now batting.
Now it's going to be Nathan Lucas. 0 for 3 with 2 strikeouts and a ground out. Swings and hits one in the air out towards right field. Can't get there. Should be extra bases. And in its second with an RBI double.
Clutch hitting right there to give him the lead this late in the ball game. He clearly didn't catch that one on the big part of the bat. Just kind of muscled it out there, and on the mound it can be.
Runner takes off. Swing and a miss. Out at third, and that ends the inning. Back here at Dodger Stadium, where the top of the 8th, Freddie Freeman will come up to hit. So they bring on their closer in the 8th, Jeff Hoffman.
These are the spots relievers really make a name for themselves. Late and close. There's not much margin for error, but at the same time, there's a reason they're put in these situations.
Looking to get the tying run on base. Hit on the ground to the right side. Lays out. Oh, it's off his glove. The throw won't get there in time, and he's on at first.
The third baseman, number 13.
Muncy digs in. He's already homered here in this one. That clips the inside corner for a strike. With a single base runner, because of all the power, they are dangerous to tie this thing up or take the lead. miss. Struck him out. Blew the express right by his bat for strike three. So digging in, Teoscar Hernandez. A little out front there as he swings through it.
Good pitch right there. Anytime you can get one by a bat of this caliber, especially with runners on, it's got to give you some confidence out there on the mound that you can win this battle.
And the pitch is outside, ball one. Knocks that one away, and we'll do it again. Holding on to a one-run lead, and we're in the top of the eighth. Strike three, and that's two in a row. The batter now will be Will Smith.
The catcher, Will.
Typically, the outfield defense will play a little bit deeper just to keep the ball in front, make sure that runner on first doesn't come all the way around to score and tie this ball game up.
And misses inside. There's a swing and a miss.
Just not able to catch up to that velocity.
Misses off the inside, and it's 2-1. And there's a ball.
This is a really good feeling for a hitter at this point in the ball game. You know that they don't want to walk you, so you're going to get a pitch to hit. You just better not miss it.
And it's fouled off. They'll do it again. Freeman, the runner at first with two gone. Swinging a foul ball at the plate. They'll do it again. And ball four, two aboard.
Pretty much the last thing you want from your bullpen arms are free passes, especially in spots like this. Make the team earn their way off.
Out in front and foul to the left side. Big spot. Two out. Both the tying and go-ahead runs are aboard. Strike two, and there's a real chance they get out of this without allowing a run.
Definitely got the hitter conscious of the pitch inside. Really think the outer half is open.
Gets a piece there. We'll do it again. That's to third. They get the first, and that is the inning. Ready for the bottom of the eighth. And here's the first baseman, Vladimir Guerrero Jr.
People be talking, don't know what they say, and let me reassure you, so no, I ain't playing.
Gone! Vladimir Guerrero Jr. goes deep. It's 5-3.
The pitcher knew as soon as that ball left his fingertips, it was trouble. Right on a platter, right down the heart of the plate. I'm sorry, but big league hitters don't miss that pitch.
Alejandro Kirk. Digs in now. Up and in, and that's ball one.
Well, the game plan for this offense has been pretty clear. They're being aggressive at the plate, but still finding ways to pick their spots without falling into the habit of being over-aggressive. And the numbers back it up, too. 9 of their hits so far have come on pitches within the first 3 pitches of the at-bat, so they're having a lot of success there.
Next offering is fouled back. Smith makes the catch, and there's one gone.
It's a good recovery, though, after giving up the home run. Not allowing it to stay in the head, but going to work at the next hitter, and a tough one at that.
In the air, right field, Hernandez hauls it in for the out. Out number 2.
Now
2 outs, base is empty. Here's the third baseman, Ernie Clement. Line drive, and that's base hit out into left center field. And that extends the inning.
Went up there looking to be aggressive and got something he could handle. And now they've got some speed on first, so we'll see if they try to get him into motion.
Now here is Addison Barger. Ball 1 there. Clement leads off first with 2 down to the inning. Swing and a ball popped up. Edman right there to make the grab. And that is that. All set for the start of the inning. Here's Kike Hernandez.
Number 8, Kike Hernandez.
Hoffman back to work. High fly ball, and that one curling foul down the right side. Sir Anthony Dominguez into the game.
And I can't imagine any save is an easy one. You're holding a small lead on the scoreboard, and you know those hitters are going to give you the best at-bats they can. So it's always high stress. Let's see what he's got here to try and close it out.
Inside just missed.
Too close for me, partner, to take that 0-2 fastball, but for whatever reasons he let it go by. He's still in the at-bat. I don't think he'll let the next one go.
1-2 now. He goes down looking. He's 2 outs away. Shohei Ohtani steps to the plate for the Dodgers. 3 strikeouts already. He's 0 for 3. That's in there. It's 0-1.
Well, that's really the money spot. Down and away. If you can locate that consistently, it's going to be real tough for hitters to square that up. That's what you love to see relievers do coming out of that bullpen.
Slings to first, and they get Ohtani for the out.
Up next,
so it's their last chance in this one. Here's Mookie Betts. That misses, and it's 1-0. Swing and a miss. 2 down, nobody on. Here at the top of the 9th. That's off the mark, and it's 2-1. Swing and a foul out of play.
Instead of letting the hitter get his arms extended, tied him up a little bit, slightly up, slightly in.
And the sweeper is off the plate.
That turns out to be a really good take right there, but you don't want to end this game with the bat on your shoulder.
Fouled off again, and it remains 3-2. This could end it. Sends it to center, and that's going to do it. Ball game.
Well, this was a tightly played game. Got a little of everything. Some timely hitting, runs on the board, key pitching and defense in certain spots. Definitely a fun one to watch.
The 5-3 final score in this one. For Chris Singleton and our entire outstanding crew here at MLB The Show, I'm John Shambi. Thanks for joining us.